3v3 Typhon Arena. Blue team, we have Moderator as a plague champion, starts off in ranged. Pretty versatile commander, though he is slow. The champion of Nurgle. We have xShaker1 as a Farseer, support commander that fights in melee. Lots of buffs. We have Steambugs as a Mekboy, ranged commander, teleports around, does very nice damage and can support. Not the toughest though at 600 HP. We have Crab127 as a Chaos Lord on the red team. Big tanky melee commander, bashes through cover and cannot be suppressed. We have Xphial as an Apothecary, fights melee by default, support commander that heals, causing the Mekboy to teleport away there. Not the toughest though. Ultramarines DLC. And Silence as a Lord General, ranged commander, has a retinue with him, lots of support and defense. Death Core of Krieg DLC. Tactical Marines forcing melee on the Mekboy. Here come Banshees from xShaker1, light melee infantry with power weapons. Very, very bad news for Xphial's Marines, especially since he caught them in retreat. Very, very lucky only to lose a single model there. Steambugs going for double shooters, light ranged infantry. Farseer shooting up this node with her little shuriken pistol or whatever it is. Chaos versus Chaos at the top. Natural for blue is in the north, natural for red in the east, and of course this contested VP in the southwest. It looks like Crab has forced off Moderator for the time being. And Farseer just gets away, was being shot to pieces by guardsmen there. Let's have a look at this Lord General. Nice fancy chrome plated gas mask. Scouts with their sergeant scare off heretics. Heretics don't want to be fragmentation grenaded in the face. Chaos Space Marine is now shooting them up, trying to force melee. There's a grenade, well dodged by a Moderator. Scouts forced off though. 2-to-1 cap for red since they have the top of the map completely. Xphial went for another tactical marine squad. Looks like these are recolored ultramarines, which you can do by editing files and stuff. So Mekboy has his death gun. Very useful in tier 1, allows him to teleport around and suppress stuff right in their face. Doesn't need to reset up when he teleports. Moderator is pushing the center now. Double Chaos Space Marines for Crab. Moderator does not have a third unit out. Has blight grenades though. Not sure about that. Up against double CSM. Crab lost his heretics, now getting a Havoc squad. Meanwhile at the bottom, Farseer in melee with tactical marines, I think. Banshees forced off. Shuriken Cannon weapon team on the field for xShaker1. Here it comes, a setup team that suppresses by default. Well, suppresses, you can't get an upgrade. Very quick for a setup team. Might see 2 of these things since they support each other very well with their speed. There's a grenade though. Shuriken Cannon not taken out. Pretty lucky there. I thought that grenade was pretty well placed. We have double tactical marines, double guardsmen shooting up this generators. We have Katashans on the field for Silence. Very versatile tier 1 infantry. Death gun sets up, trying to suppress this blob. Apothecary has his mastercrafted bolter, and there's full auto, which is going to take out this Mekboy, I think. He retreats and is taken out by a bolter shell. Farseer doesn't want to revive there. Banshee is forced to run away. Have a turret here for Moderator. Chaos Lord has now got into melee range. Turrets cannot attack things in melee range. Moderator coming over to try and defend it. We have the combi flamer though, so we can just immolate the thing. And there it goes. And the turret doesn't last long. Taken out by Crab. Bile Spear for Moderator. Snaring the Chaos Lord and forcing him off. The bottom is turning red, though the VP is still blue. Double Banshees for Shaker1 can be devastating, can be a hindrance with all of the requisition bleed. We will see how it goes. We have a War Banner and a turret at the bottom for blue team. Banshees going off scouts. Didn't take a loss. Farseer has Armor of Fortune to try and support those Banshees. Would be advised to get Spirit Stones, I think, as well, which works very well when you have double Banshees. I've used double Banshees myself against Marines, and it can be devastating in tier 1 if you can catch tacticals in retreat and such. Farseer gets full auto to her face. Fortunes herself though, so she survives. Shuriken Cannon sets up. Xphial expertly getting behind the wall there, so he's not fired. Here come Banshees. There is War Shout, suppressing all of these tactical marines. Forces off a Banshee squad though. The other one is still in there, trying to force down the Apothecary. Heals himself. Guardians in there helping out. They have their plasma grenade. No sign of it yet. Should have used it there when the tactical marines were knocked down. Still no sign of it. Very surprised we didn't see it there. Will we see it in retreat? No. Sluggers at the top repairing another turret that's gone down from Moderator. Heretics have their aspiring champion here. Noise Marines on the field for Moderator. Havoc of Crab is set up, suppressing all of these shooters. Also under fire from Chaos Space Marines, but Heretics have caught them in retreat, take out a single model. Shooters there trying to force melee. Sluggers catching Chaos Space Marines in retreat, don't have their burners though, so they're not going to do much. We have a demolition charge put down here by Catachans, improvised explosives. Very useful lads to have around. Lord General, no sign of his Sergeant Retinue member, which I think is so useful in tier 1 with that medipack. Still no sign of Spirit Stones either for the Farseer. Everyone tier 2 apart from Moderator now. No surprise since he's got 3 turrets that I've seen. Replaced the one up here and he has this one. Red team have really made no effort to take that turret out. I suppose they're waiting for tier 2. Crab has a Blood Crusher on the way. We have a Weird Boy already on the field for Steam Bugs. Fantastic unit. Sub-commander for Orks. Lots of damaging and destructive spells. Also has a fantastic artillery attack. You see it there. Lord General needs to retreat, I think. And does so. Loses the retinue member. Banshees forced off by double guardsmen and Catachans. Catachans are no joke in melee. And these Banshees will be lucky to get away. Retreat just in time. There's an Autark to save them. Sub-commander for Eldar, very quick on the feet. Fights melee by default. Can leap around and disrupt too. Here's a Chimera though to support all these guardsmen. You see her leaping around disrupting. Zap on these Catachans. She doesn't want to get into melee with them though. And she just gets away. Catachans actually do have power weapons. Huge engagement at the top. Shooters wiped out. Here comes the Chaos Lord with his Combi Flamer. Such a good range weapon. And that Shooter Boy squad is wiped out. Steam Bugs losing units left and right here. Blood Crusher not engaging the turret. A demon with vehicle armor fights melee very quick. Can't finish off those heretics. Chaos Lord is not being targeted by the turret. That's a mistake. Could have taken him out there, but he just immolates the turret to death. Chimera now to support all of these guardsmen. He has got plasma guns on his guardsmen, which is a surprise since Moderator is not at the bottom. So the plasma guns are not helping out too much against all this light infantry. Banshees getting their X-Arc. Both squads are. Still no Spirit Stones for this Farseer. Lord General has his sniper rifle. He's trying to cap. And blue team are letting him. Doesn't want to move those Banshees into the Chimera, I suppose. Meanwhile, at top, it's turning red again. 448 plays 94. This is Markov Zinch for both CSM squads. Blood Crusher will come and help out with that node. Apothecary takes the northern VP, which is blue's natural. Banshees caught in suppression here. And these Banshees have retreated very, very badly. And they are gonna wipe. Oh, there they are. That's a pretty tough break for Shaker. You see the Banshee X up with the Executioner Spear there. Singing Spear also on this Farseer, which does pretty nice damage to all targets. Now in melee with the Blood Crusher. Puts Fortune on her Banshees, which are making short work of that Blood Crusher. Uses its Demonic Roar, I think it's called, which forces units to fall back momentarily. Noise Marines now have their Blastmaster, making them a artillery unit. Plague Champion has his very scary Plague Fist, Armor of Pestilence, and his Blight Grenades. Should change that accessory, I think. Stuns the CSM with his Pestilence Strike, but is then forced off. Heretics, ouch, catch those CSM in melee. And they just get away. We have Touch of Nurgle on these Heretics. Global ability of the Plague Champion, when used in conjunction with Doom Blast, can wipe squads very quickly, but they get a smite to their face. Librarian uses Quickening. Sub-Commander for Space Marines, ouch. CSM dropping like flies there. Fights melee, lots of support and some damage. Zap going down on these Katashans. They just tough it out because they're badass jungle dudes. Plasma guns make short work of the node. It's still blue though down here. Death gun and a turret and tank busters will try and take care of that Chimera. 348 plays 87 top. We have a plasma grenade going off. Guardians quickly retreat afterwards. Ortok has her Executioner Spear. In melee, disrupting. Apothecary heals those Tactical Marines. Ortok needs to be careful. She retreats. Plague Champion in melee though with that mighty Plague Fist going after the Apothecary. Look at the damage each swing does. He's now forced off though. Tactical Marines try and force melee to finish him off. Blastmaster Noise Marines easily tied up by the Chaos Lord, who is busy capping through all of that. He has his Armor of the Inferno. Banshees moving in. There is Let the Galaxy Burn, ouch. Hits those Banshees flush and they take a lot of damage. Lose 2 members. So the embers continue to burn. Bottom, meanwhile, Chimera goes down to tank busters, and we have knobs on the field for steam bugs. Shaker 1 lost his shuriken cannon, lost a Banshee squad of course. in that bad retreat. Chaos Lord gets a heal from the Apothecary. He's now in melee with some CSM trying to tie them up. Moderator trying to decap. They're going to die though if he tries that. And they are forced off. Lose a member, lucky not to lose the entire squad there. Orks has been really good so far, disrupting, jumping around, tying things up. Good use of her by Shaker. 305 plays 87 Plague Marines on the way for Moderator. 2-1 cap for red. Here comes a bunch of stuff, double bloodletters for Crab. Knobs. Not even Knob squad can stand against all this stuff. This is where the plasma gun's coming very handy against Knobs. We have a heavy bolter set up thanks to Devastators who have advanced targeting, an upgrade you don't see very often. Orks for some reason is not jumping the Devastators. Now she does. Shaker must have been microing elsewhere. Plague champion in melee with bloodletters, dangerous. He might go down in retreat here. Plasma grenade doesn't save him. Armor of pestilence explodes when he dies, kind of knocking back and damaging units. Out zap on all this stuff. Might jump to another squad. And the weird way taking out members on retreat too. Zap goes on him though. Plague Marines exploding on death. Very tough anti-vehicle unit. There's Let the Galaxy Burn. Xshaker1 lost a lot of stuff here. More Knob squad on the way though for Steam Bugs. There's a Warp Vomit and a Smite. Ouch. Ouch. Librarian running riot in the path of a death gun though, which does a lot of damage at the range and takes him out. That's a nasty loss for Xphial. Just a microsecond too late with Angels of Death trying to save his Librarian. Can he finish off the Mekboy? Does. Tactical Marines are now level 4, 1800 HP with Apothecary support. That's not easy to deal with. We have a Baneblade on the way for silence. Terminators on the field for Xphial. The range variety with Stormbolters and Power Fists. 2 blue commanders down. Shaker in retreat. Still no Spirit Stones. I suppose it's a moot point since only 1 Banshee squad on the field, though it's still useful to support them. Demolition charge goes down on the bottom VP. This turret is still here. Devastator set up. Knob squad, double Knob squad in fact, moving in on the Chaos Lord. He uses Kill the Weak and forces off 1 squad. Ouch, there's his Immolate forcing off Banshees. Doing decent damage to these Knobs too, but he needs to be careful here. Avatar on the way for Xshaker1. Baneblade is rolling out, going center. Top is all red. Noxious Cloud is lingering on the Apothecary, which won't do much. Triple cap for red team. 179 plays 64. Chaos Predator on the way for Crab. Blue team really hurting unit wise. The very strong presence at the top for red team the whole game. Lots of resources wasted on turrets I think for Moderator, especially the 2 that were up here. Baneblade forces it off The poor Farseer all on her own. Might be finished off. No, terrain saves her, blocking the Demolisher Cannon there. Terminators have their assault cannon. Plague Champion back on his feet, as is the Mekboy. He is now getting his battery pack. Good for supporting those knob squads he has. Here comes the Avatar. Can it do anything? Super unit for Eldar, fights melee. There's an Imperial Abyss by Crabs. And their plan of pushing goes out the window since that's an almost full retreat. Here is Wailing Doom, catches those Tactical Marines. Xphial healing them in mid-flight. 59 plays 64. Avatar in a lot of trouble here. Here's Wrath of Cain. Orks being called down too. The Avatar of Cain has super heavy infantry armor, so you don't need anti-vehicle weapons to take it out. Though they do help, of course. A load of webway gates going down here, not sure why. Shaker1 calls GG. Avatar goes down in melee to Terminators. 14 plays 64. Double cap, and there's a rock strike for good measure from Steambug. Shaker1 lost everything. And there's the game for red team. They held the top, which many teams forget to do on this map. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.